Oh, I think for young people, that's the best thing that can happen to any young person. Sometimes even where you sit, some people want to sit at the gates and looking at people's dresses. Well, if that's what you came for, it's entirely up to you. And I think the greatest challenge with young people is consistency. See, the Christian walk is a daily walk. See, so when you make it a program walk, you're in trouble. For those of you who have the opportunity to come, your best bet is to go back and show a proof of the transformation that you've had. And when they see, when your siblings see it, you say, next year we also want to come.
Hello, Reverend Simon. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Please, I hope you are doing well.
Very blessed.
Thank God. So we have a couple of questions here, so I'll just get straight into it.
Wow. And all three of you have questions.
Yes, please.
That's a serious one.
Yes. So I believe we've all had an experience of some sort with camp meetings and how beneficial they have been to us. So Daddy, would like to ask you some of the important things you think camp is for everybody in general.
Oh, yeah. I think that for me personally, over the years, I have come to understand that camp meeting is probably one of the most important Christian programs that you can have, because it encompasses all that the church is about. You know, when you read Acts chapter 2, verse 42 coming, the Bible says, and they devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching, and to prayer, and to breaking of bread, and to fellowship. So these were the four things that the early church stood for. I'm yet to find out any Christian program that encompasses all four than camp meeting. In every camp meeting, you'll find there'll be the teaching of the word, there'll be prayer, there'll be fellowshipping, and there'll be breaking of bread. And if you read the next verse, the Bible says when they devoted themselves to that, there were many signs and wonders. People stood in awe of them because of the miracles and the signs and wonders that happened. So anytime these four come together, you can experience something very heavenly, something very different. And it's only at camp meetings that you have such encounters. And so I believe that is probably the most important Christian meeting that we can have. And time have also proven that it transformed many lives. All of us are examples of what camp meeting has been able to do in the life of people. I myself, I can give examples of camp meetings upon camp meetings that transformed me, that's brought me this far. So I don't joke with camp meetings. Though it's very expensive to organize, but it's always worth it when it's done.
Okay. Glory to God. And specifically for the youth, what unique benefits do you think camp meetings provide? How do such gatherings help in shaping their spiritual, social, and personal growth?
Oh, I think for young people, that's the best thing that can happen to any young person, to be involved in camp meetings, because you are growing, you are developing in your walk with God. And when we're growing up, it offers us a lot of opportunity to mature in the Lord, meet like-minded people. One of the most important for young people is that, out there in the world, you come across all kinds of crazy stuff and wild influences, very negative influences. But at a camp meeting, you see like-minded young people who are also passionate for God. And that's when you can come together and provoke one another onto good work, develop very good friendships. Sometimes that can even lead to marriage. Because you meet like-minded people, but not only that, even for ministry. My good friends today who are all in ministry, we are scattered around the globe, some in the UK, some in the US, but anytime we meet, we remember some of the camp meetings and how they shaped us to become what we are today. So for young people, if there's a gathering that a young person shouldn't miss, I think it's camp meeting. And this particular camp meeting, you could tell the youthful exuberance. You could see the joy in the life of the elder people couldn't match up. They couldn't keep up. And for you, it was, you could have gone on and on and on and on and on. And that's the spirit. So I think that, hey, if you're a young person, you shouldn't joke with camp meeting, especially for your spiritual development. Very important.
Okay, and I would also like to ask that what practical steps can young people take to make the most out of camp meetings so that the experience continues to impact their lives even after they return home?
I think I gave some 5 P's at camp meeting, and I think that it's very crucial. Number one is preparation. You need to prepare. It's not just, it can also eventually turn into a festival or something that is just an annual gathering where to go and show your nice dresses, to meet up with a guy or a lady or something like that. And then you will miss out completely on the very essence of the camp meeting. But when you know that it's a time for spiritual encounter and you really prepare, you put in prayer and preparation, and you know that I want to meet God. I want to encounter.
Yeah.
See, God will always meet us at the point of our needs. The Bible says, draw near to God and he will draw near to you. So the first piece, very, very important, preparation. You must prepare towards the coming. You must have an aim. You must tell yourself, look, I want to encounter God at this camp meeting. I want to move to my next level. I think it's very, very important. And then the second P, I remember I talked about prayer.
Yeah.
It's important to pray. Pray before, pray during, and pray after. Pray. And say, God, touch me. Speak a word. Bring me a word in season. Touch my life. Then the third P was praise and worship. Very, very important. Whenever we praise and worship the Lord, the glory of God comes down.
Yes,
And it's important that you don't come and be a spectator. You must be a participant. You've got to praise. You've got to worship the Lord. Wherever there's worship, God descends in the midst of his people. So come and be part of the praise and worship. Okay. Then partake in the word. So important. Partake in the word. We virtually eat the word. So take the word session so seriously. Don't joke with it. And the word became flesh, dwelt amongst us. Then we saw his glory. The glory of the only begotten Son of God, full of grace. So if the word must come alive inside of you, have a notepad, have a pen, write down the statements, the scriptures that minister to you. Go through it before the next session. Virtually eat the word. Flow with the word of God. If it's Bible studies, participate in it and make sure you get the best out of it. All right. Then finally, I talked about positioning. Positioning. Hey, you have to position yourself strategically. You have to know what you are there for. You are not there for socialization. How you position yourself is very important. Sometimes even where you sit. Some people want to sit at the gates and looking at people's dresses. Well, if that's what you came for, it's entirely up to you. But when you really mean business, you want to sit where you can have a full engagement with what is happening, that you can worship freely. When I was young, sometimes even my beloved, I won't mind you. No, when I go to camp meeting, I am there to encounter God. So, of course, when we are fellowshipping, I can say, hi, how are you doing? But until that time, we are in the presence of God, and hey, it's no time for socialization. And there's a time for everything, and people must understand that. So how you position yourself. God told Moses, there's a place near me that you may stand, and then all my glory and my goodness will pass before you. So you must draw closer to God and position yourself for an encounter. And if you do, with this 5 P's, there's no way you go back the same as you came in.
Oh, that's amazing. So I think at this point I'll be passing on the microphone.
Okay. Great. Reverend?
Yes, Kamina.
Please, during the camp, there was a statement you made, and it's a question I'd like to ask. I remember, differentiating between the Mount Sinai experience and Mount Zion experience. We know that in Exodus, they chose to stay at a distance and let Moses go. Sometimes, as youngsters, there's a notion at home that, Onyunju baby. When I want to camp, the parents didn't go to camp. They are too young and all that. And most of us growing up, we were really prevented from going to camp because of such ideas. So how do parents, move from that Mount Sinai ideology to come to the Mount Zion where everyone can meet God? All of us, either young, either old, And so we shouldn't hold people back from meeting God, even going to camps.
Yeah. That's a tough one for parents. I mean, today, because of all that's going on out there, some parents are very protective, especially also when they are not sure the kind of camp meeting they are going to, whether it's just an excuse to run away, to chill with friends and all of that, But I think that over the years, having done this for many years, I've seen parents now even push all their children to go to that camp meeting, because they see the transformation. When a parent hasn't had that experience, it's difficult for them to release their children. But for those of you who have the opportunity to come, your best bet is to go back and show a proof of the transformation that you've had. And when they see, when your siblings see it, you say, next year we also want to come. And they want all their children to join and all that. For instance, our teens camp meeting is gradually even becoming interdenominational, because when the teens come, and it happens here at Upper Room anyway, when the teens come, because of the experience, when they go back, their younger siblings say, we also come in, and at that church, they are friends, they talk about it to their friends. So I think the best is you, the young people yourselves, what you carry away from the camp meeting to the homes. They will see the transformation. You see, glory is noticeable. And transformation is noticeable. When they see your good works, they will say, hey, that's a good. And I can give several examples of parents who are very, very suspicious when their children were joining our ministry. They will say things like, wow, man, church, these charismatic pastors, are you sure? But when one comes and then suddenly they go back home and they see the transformation, with time they release all their children to come. And it's such a beautiful testimony when I see it, because it tells me that then God is working and the parents will begin to see. All right.
Yes. And I have one more question in the same light, looking at the aftermath of camp. I remember a friend asking me one time that most of the times camp becomes like your fire is bent, is going down, you go to receive fire.
Yeah.
But the aftermath it becomes like a wave. So they go to camps of fire and they come down.
Yeah.
So camps become a place where there's always rekindling of fire. But the issue of sustaining the fire until the next camp is a big problem. Or even sustaining the fire after. And you've talked about the 5 P's of preparing, praise, and all that. What about the aftermath? Is there like another 5 P's or another activity to help us with the aftermath?
Right. Very, very important. Well, I mean, that is exactly what camps are supposed to do anyway. It's supposed to rekindle your fire. Let's face it, out there is not simple. So when we go there, we receive bullets challenging. That is why from time to time, you have to go to a camp meeting or a retreat or something. It's important. Life is such that you don't just keep running, you refuel. That's why you have a program called Pit Stop, and other programs like that. It's meant for refueling, re-energizing. So that's actually the essence of the camp meeting. Okay. So if that is it, then that's okay. Along the line, you see that you need a rekindling, you go to another camp meeting, then you are refired. So that it's serving its purpose. But to sustain it is not a simple thing. I mean, it takes a personal, interestingly, on Mount Sinai, Moses' glory began to depart. But in Mount Zion, we are told that we are supposed to move from glory to glory. Yeah. And I think the greatest challenge with young people is consistency. See, the Christian walk is a daily walk. See, so when you make it a program walk, you are in trouble. So that one program after the other, instead of making it a daily, consistent walk with the Lord. So things like the basic things we do, I always say, you wake up every morning and you brush your teeth. It may be monotonous, but you bath, you brush your teeth, you brush your hair. You cannot say, I'm tired of brushing my teeth. I'm tired of bathing. You will begin to stink. The same thing in the spiritual realm. Consistent prayer, consistent Bible study, your personal devotion, you're sharing the gospel with people. If you make it a lifestyle, the fire will always be on. But unfortunately, we like the peaks and the lows. So we come to camp meeting, we are praying for 2 hours, kaya. Then you go back home and even 30 minutes prayer, personal prayer. So I said in a camp meeting that, look, this Christian walk is a personal walk. Personal revelation of who God is. personal revelation of who you are. And dealing with that on a daily basis is so important. Because with the crowds, there's exciting. Everybody come and iron sharpened iron. Everybody's excited. But once you leave, and the devil will never attack you under such circumstances. They will leave you. Bible says, and he left Jesus for an opportune time. So he leave you. They come meet you, get all the fire. I'm waiting for you out there. So your best bet is for you to be consistent and continue in these things. The things you were taught at camp, the 5 P's, the how to sustain the glory, how to even increase, get greater glory. How do you go about? You have to do it on a daily basis. No matter how 30 minutes, 1 hour, but it should be consistent. I think the problem with a lot of young people and a lot of people generally is inconsistency. And if you can be consistent. The thing about consistency is that you may never even see how your growth comes. But by the time you are there, you are just there. See, it's just like physical growth. You get up every morning, you eat breakfast, eat lunch, you go to bed. You don't know how your height is increasing. You don't know how you are growing. But by the time you are a big man, your beard has come, this, that kind of thing. It's unconscious, but it does if you are consistent. You never stop eating, do you? So why do you still stop praying? Why do you stop reading the Bible? Why do you stop fellowshipping? Why do you stop preaching the gospel? If you do this consistently, you will grow. You won't come down. Reverend Steve said he has never needed a revival. He's always revived, on fire, occupied till I come. So let's get yourselves occupied with the Lord and you'll be there.